Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video in this series where I go through individual characters and dinosaurs throughout the Jurassic saga and discuss their whole entire canonical life. A series that I started and has done very well on my channel. Recently it's been slightly absent to uploads and I do apologise about that, but today we're back discussing the entire history of the Indoraptor, Jurassic World's fourth hybrid dinosaur in the timeline. Although only appearing in just one movie alone, this Indoraptor has a greater story to it than you originally thought. So if you're excited or enjoyed a video at any given moment, then please be sure to press that like button so we can try and hit 2,000 likes. And feel free to also subscribe to the channel should you want that extra bit of Jurassic content here on YouTube as we slowly approach the 200,000 subscriber mark. The Indoraptor has been many people's favourite hybrid dinosaur and brought a lot of horror and terror to the franchise that has been missing for a long time. Yes, it is the fourth and last hybrid dinosaur that we got in the timeline, but that doesn't mean that nothing happened with it and it's now a long-lasting legacy thanks to Jurassic World Dominion. So here is the entire story of the Indoraptor, Jurassic's final hybrid dinosaur. The Indoraptor is a fascinating dinosaur that's primarily fused with the creatures of both Indominus Rex and Velociraptor. However, this dinosaur, for what we saw, was only merely a test subject. A taster, if you will. Something that wasn't the final product, as Blue's DNA was wanted to create the ultimate Indoraptor. This would eventually be used for military warfare. Thankfully, we never saw this reach the light of day, and only one Indoraptor was ever made within this universe. Our story of this creature begins back in 2015, just before the events of Jurassic World. During the movie of Jurassic World, we learned that Vic Hoskins and Dr. Wu were both working on something shady behind the scenes that would involve a creation that's smaller than the Indominus Rex that would eventually become the Indoraptor. After all, we do in fact hear Vic Hoskins practically confirm this.
It's not a real dinosaur.
No, it ain't, kid. But somebody's got to make sure that this company has a future. Imagine that one, fraction of the size, deadly, intelligent, able to hide from the most advanced military technology. A living weapon unlike anything we've ever seen.
So it is evident that during the events of 2015 that a plan was put onto paper and in place that a creation of the eventual Indoraptor would happen. I assume that Dr. Wu had early studies made on his laptop that had everything he needed to know and do in order to create the Indoraptor. Now, as far as we know, the fall of Jurassic World occurred and an immediate evacuation was put into place for the safety of the visitors and personnel. Dr. Wu was sent off to a remote area where we aren't entirely too sure on what happened to him next. However, upon being sent away, he did not have his laptop that was vital in the creation of the Indoraptor. Having important information there, Dr. Wu returned back to Isla Nublar 6 months later during June 2016, which is the exact time frame where the events of the start of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom take place, as well as the end of Camp Cretaceous Season 3. In Season 3, the episodes of Whatever It Takes and Stay on Mission, Dr. Wu returns to the island to retrieve his laptop filled with the information to create the Indoraptor, along with a sample of the Indominus Rex to start the process. He was successful in doing so after a strong battle with the campers who were left behind on this island for 6 months. While having a conversation with Brooklyn, she mentions his creations are monsters because they are dangerous and the lack of empathy they have for their victims. This could have been the motivation to use Blue's genome to perfect the Indoraptor, obtaining the ability to follow commands and also have some empathy in the otherwise crazed hybrid dinosaur. After 2016, we move on to the year of 2017. While it's practically a dormant year for on-screen events, we know that this was the year of the birth for the Indoraptor. Whether that be the start of the year or the end of the year, it's currently unknown. However, 2017 was the year of the birth and the first year that this hybrid dinosaur stepped foot on Earth. While it was heavily rumoured that a second Indoraptor was made, similar to the Indominus Rex, this white Indoraptor only ever features in deleted concept art, and it is still unknown as to whether or not he is canon. Following on from 2017, entering 2018, we soon arrive at the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The summer of 2018 brought us the movie that we were waiting for so long. Granted, probably not the best movie, but a movie that reintroduced the missing horror factor for Jurassic. During 2018, the Indoraptor was locked away in a cage underground beneath Lockwood's manor without his knowledge nor consent. This creature was fed multiple meals a day, never saw the light of day, and even ended up killing a worker in the process, as we see it playing around with his skull in a deleted scene. He was even able to sneak up and almost lash out at Maisie Lockwood as she approached the cage for the first time. But unfortunately, during 2018, he was continually getting tortured during this year, before being revealed to a private viewing for the first time. The Indoraptor was the last dinosaur presented during the Lockwood Manor auction. He was introduced to a crowd of wealthy people who came from all across the globe to buy dinosaurs who evacuated from Isla Nublar, and was described by Gunnar Eversole as being a creature of the future made from pieces of the past, and a perfect blend of the two most dangerous creatures to have ever walked planet Earth. Eversole explained that the Indoraptor was created by Dr. Henry Wu, and had an intelligent IQ comparable to that of the Velociraptor, and that its characteristics included having heightened sense of smell and was trained to respond to a pulse-coded laser targeting system that would enable it to track and kill its prey in complex environments. This targeting system was later demonstrated on one of the bidders, causing the Indoraptor to fruitlessly attempt to attack the bidder from the cage. After witnessing such power, the audience started to bid tremendous amounts of money on the hybrid dinosaur, and despite Eversole stating that the Indoraptor was only a prototype and was not for sale, he eventually changed his mind when one of the bidders in the audience bidded $23 million. Dr. Wu rushed over to Eversole and Mills to protest about selling the Indoraptor as he was only a prototype, but Eli Mills soon assured Dr. Wu that selling this dinosaur was okay, as they eventually create more Indoraptors. Owen Grady then showed up with a Stygimoloch, and together they caused havoc and managed to chase away the bidders to stop the auction, while Owen and the Indoraptor shared a close glance at one another. After the failed auction, the Indoraptor was left behind in the cage on his own. Meeting the eyes of Ken Wheatley for the first time, his natural desire to acquire dinosaur teeth ultimately led to his death, as he shot multiple tranquilizers into the Indoraptor without realizing how durable the skin of this dinosaur really is. Understanding what was supposed to happen, the Indoraptor wanted to have some fun and play around, so he went along with it, and pretended to pass out from the tranquilizers. He tricked Ken Wheatley into entering his cage and fooled around with him before devouring his hand and the rest of his body later on. As Wheatley left the cage door open, the Indoraptor was now free for the first ever time, free to roam about and test his new environment. The first thing that caught his eye was Eversole attempting to leave the room by using the elevator. At first, it was a success, until the Indoraptor's formidable tail accidentally broke the mechanism, causing the doors to open wide once again and ultimately killing everyone that was inside. The Indoraptor went on a killing spree, killing 2 of Eli Mills' guards and even killing a third off screen. He almost went on to kill the trio of Maisie, Claire and Owen, sticking a claw deep into Claire's leg. An immense chase scene occurred that eventually let the Indoraptor out of containment for the first ever time, able to breathe in the natural air of planet Earth and feel the element of rain for the first time as well. However, his curiosity and determination stopped him from exploring this new world, as he instead chose to hunt down Maisie and attempt to kill Owen on the rooftop. Blue eventually came to the rescue, jumping onto the Indoraptor and pushed the creature over and down into the Ajudraceratops skull that was waiting to kill the Indoraptor this entire time. And this is the end of his story whilst being alive. But what exactly happened to him after these events? Well, while it is unknown when this took place, we can assure that the morning after these events, police arrived to the Lockwood Manor, as we can see in Jurassic World Dominion, for a split second. Since, to the best of our knowledge, we know that no one ever cleaned up the manor after Fallen Kingdom, the police would have seen this dead specimen body and possibly even handed it off to the authorities in the US government for testing purposes to find out exactly what it is. Leaks started to escalate as we know in Camp Cretaceous Season 5. Brooklyn was easily aware of these incidents literal hours after they occurred, which means it doesn't put off the potential that the findings that the US government discovered of Dr. Wu's research for the Indoraptor might have also been leaked as well, which leads into the dinosaur's legacy. It was almost name dropped in Jurassic World Dominion by Sayuna Santos, but it's clear that these Atrociraptors were trained in the ways inspired by the Indoraptor, meaning that someone out there has leaked some files about how this hybrid was brought up and trained, eventually causing it to have a legacy that lives on in other dinosaurs, such as the Atrociraptors. Something you can learn more about in my recent video of mine regarding what happened to the Indoraptor's body and how the Indoraptor was important for Jurassic World Dominion. Now, at the time of writing this script, we are aware of a new canonical animated show arriving in mid to late 2024. We currently don't know what the plot of this show will be about, however we do know that it does take place after 2018, meaning that new lore could be written in about the Indoraptor that we didn't previously know. So if you want to learn a little bit more about what's to come in this show, then stay tuned here on the channel. But as for the Indoraptor, that's as much as we currently know for its story so far, from its planned creation to its legacy that still lives on in 2022. Do you think we'll ever get to see this hybrid dinosaur ever return again in some way in the next saga of Jurassic? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed today's video at any given moment, then please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you are new around here. Why not check out the other entire story videos that cover much loved species of Jurassic such as Blue, Rexy and the Spinosaurus. Recently we have been partnered with G Fuel, so also be sure to use code SWERVE for 20% off all of your items at checkout. But most importantly, all I ask for from you guys today is to make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.